Title screen: Why did Marc Moreno die? Jessica Moreno is interviewed in her apartment.
My name's Jessica Moreno and I'm Marc Anthony's older sister. Marc was 18 when he died.
Photos of Marc as a child.
The people that were closest to him would tell you how sweet of a kid he was, how kind he was. I just like to see him smile. I just love to see him loved. This sickness, illness in our family brought us closer together, but now it just took us apart because now we're missing our main player.
Photos of Marc's funeral.
All the people that were there could have helped, but none of them did. None of them did.
Narrator.
Marc Moreno's death was tragic and preventable. What follows are just some of the facts.
A series of Marc's records appear in succession. Excerpts of these documents are read aloud by voice actors.
Roughly 1 month before his death, Marc tried to resume mental health treatment at Cadlick Regional Medical Center, one of the many places where he had received services earlier in his childhood. After meeting Marc and recognizing the gaps in his treatment, the doctor noted,
"Evidently, Marc fell through the cracks."
10 days before Marc's death, after exhibiting severe psychotic symptoms, Marc's family brought him to Lourdes Medical Center for mental health treatment. It was here that Marc was discharged less than 2 days later, having not shown any signs of improvement.
Patient has long-term diagnosis of schizophrenia, psychosis, and mood disorder.
From Lourdes Medical Center, Marc's family took him to Lourdes Counseling Center, where he was turned away without treatment and told to go to crisis response because
all of our counselors were gone for the day.
Marc's family brought him to crisis response in their third attempt to treat Marc's mental health crisis.
Dad reported client needed help for mental health. Client was agitated, disoriented, not aware of surroundings. He reported, "Angels are talking to me."
Instead of treating him, they called the police. Marc was arrested for 2 low-level outstanding warrants, one for driving with a suspended license and another for failure to transfer title within 45 days.
Jessica.
There was no reason for Marc to be in jail while he was sick. There was no reason. He needed help first.
Upon arriving at the jail, Marc was immediately put into a restraint chair.
Footage of Marc arriving at Benton County Jail. Marc, barefoot and wearing a spit mask, is strapped into a chair by jail staff.
Despite an extensive history of mental illness, Marc Moreno received no mental health treatment while in jail.
An officer wheels Marc's restraint chair into a holding cell. Marc is left facing the wall as an officer locks the door behind him.
Over the course of 600 documented check-ins, jail staff watched on as Marc decompensated, his symptoms growing increasingly severe and apparent.
Inmate presents as naked, rolling around on the floor, playing with feces, rolling back and forth, demonstrating illogical behaviors, internally preoccupied, no recognition of attempts to engage.
The day before Marc's death, the jail's mental health provider notes,
"In discussion with jail staff, this inmate has not ingested food or fluids up to this point."
On March 11, 2016, Marc Moreno died in his jail cell from cardiac arrhythmia and dehydration.
Jessica.
I felt like many places failed him. The hospital failed him. Crisis response failed him. The jail failed him.
A question mark appears.
Why did Marc Moreno die?